All right, good morning. I forgot my bag at my house. Excuse me, with my Bibles in them. So I wanted to do another video, but I'll put that on hold for a second because I just want to share with you and explain, whoever is watching these videos that I'm making, why I'm making them. It's not something that I'm doing because I get a kick out of it. It's not a joke. I want people to understand what a counterfeit is, and that it looks just like the real thing. And a really good counterfeit, sometimes you can't tell the difference. But what I really want you to understand is that a counterfeit, say $100 bill, is worthless and of no value at all. It has no value, and it's there to fool you and trick you. And when it comes to Paul or the Antichrist, the one who comes to take Christ's place and who's basically his twin, who looks just like him, where you can't tell the difference. He is a counterfeit, and I want to show you why. And I want to show you that he has no real authority at all, except the authority that he gave himself, and also the authority and power that millions of people give him. That's where his power comes from. He is what today would be called in psychology a narcissistic sociopath. So that means he feeds off of people's fear and doubt, and he controls them and manipulates them by lies mixed with truth. And you don't have to give that to someone. You choose to do that, whether usually unknowingly, usually because people are ignorant or naive of someone or a situation, or they trusted the people that told them, it was good and true. But I have one final point, and I hope it doesn't leave my mind. But so as it pertains to a counterfeit, I got a lot of people around me. So okay, so once you realize that something is counterfeit, that it's really poison meant to destroy your faith in the one true God. So say Paul, for example. Once you realize that everything that he has written is truth mixed with lies and is simply confusion, you can let that go, and you never have to have any part of that or him again. He needs to have no power over you at all. And then you are free to see the truth and to follow the truth, who is Jesus, and who is the one true God. If that's what you want to do. Now, this is not an easy thing to do. I would say probably 18 years ago is when I first started to see that Paul might not be a good guy. And I was raised to love this man as if he was the greatest apostle of all time. Just like Mormons are raised, that Joseph Smith is the greatest prophet of all. He's like, he did more for the world save Jesus himself. It's that same kind of mentality. But I've always had the kind of heart and desire for the truth, where I just don't take things at face value and I ask questions, and it causes problems, but that isn't that big of a deal to me, because truth to me is the most important thing. So if you really have a love for the truth, I ask people to do this all the time. You will put Paul to the test, and you will test to see whether he's a true prophet or a false prophet. You'll test him by the law, and you'll test him by the prophets. This is the testimony, what's known as the Old Testament. You'll test him by Jesus, and you'll test him by the true apostles that Jesus chose himself. And if you do that thoroughly, there's no way you can't see that Paul is a liar, and that he is not a part of them, and he's not a part of the truth at all. He's there to destroy it. He is there to mingle among them and to look just like them, because he couldn't beat them from the outside, so now he's going to beat them from the inside, and that's what he did. So I just want you to know, I understand that this is not an easy thing to do. It's something that you have to willingly choose to suffer for, which is the truth, because you'll go back and forth. You'll realize how much power Paul and his words have over you when you try to break free from them. You also realize you weren't really free, even though you thought you were. So my hope and prayer is for anyone who hears these videos of mine, that they will have a willingness to know that what I am saying comes from the heart, and it's not manipulative. It's just the things that I know that I want other people to know, so that they can be free. All right, have a good Sunday, everyone, and I'll be back making another video soon.